Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Week ahead central banks and GDP analysis. http ntvforex.com news ID 5CEC6914 0211 p.m. A hectic week ahead as companies and countries start to position themselves to exit the pandemic in the best shape possible. Total coronavirus cases top 29 million, with over 924,000 deaths. Here is your week ahead. Monday, September 14. A UK parliamentary vote on Brexit. Boris Johnson has stated that he plans to change part of the terms in the Northern Ireland Protocol. Johnson agreed to keep the border open between the UK and Ireland a year ago. However, he plans to renege on this agreement by passing UK legislation to override the clause. This has caused a stir between the EU and the UK, as if the legislation is passed, would technically be violating international law. This has forced the UK's top government lawyer to quit in protest. This is on top of a possibility of a no-deal Brexit amongst the global pandemic that has consumed every single politician's attention. A further wrench in the works may send the markets swinging this week ahead. Tuesday, 15th, Wednesday 16th and Thursday September 17th. A UK unemployment rate 3 months, UK CPI and Bank of England monetary policy decision. An Institute for Employment Studies Freedom of Information requests showed that 380,000 jobs were planned to be cut from May to July in the UK this year. In comparison, around 180,000 job cuts were planned from January to March 2009, around the financial crisis. The UK has taken a massive hit due to the coronavirus, with cases continuing to rise even after the first lockdown. Social distancing measures have forced lower traffic to shops, forcing redundancies, which forces a vicious cycle. The market predicts a 3.9% unemployment rate, which is identical to the rate 3 months ago. However, the CPI is predicted to increase by 0.3% by 1.3%, showing the potential effects of inflation on the UK economy. The Bank of England, like many other central banks, are set to keep rates as is at 0.1%. Wednesday, September 16th. A U.S. retail sales mom. As U.S.-China tensions starts to ramp up before the election period, eyes on the consumer, which were regarded as the backbone of the economy before the pandemic, has stayed relatively healthy due to government stimulus. With U.S. retail sales rising 3 months in a row, economists predict that with stimulus checks ending soon, U.S. consumer total income should decrease, therefore seeing a drop in retail sales this month. Analysts expect a 0.1% decrease in retail sales to 1.1% in the next month. Wednesday, September 16th. A Fed interest rate decision. As the Federal Reserve kicks into gear their higher inflation tolerance, the market has its eyes set on any other support from the Federal Reserve to support the United States recovery. The market predicts, like always, for the Fed to keep rates as is at 0.25%. Wednesday, September 16th. A GDP New Zealand QOQ and YOY. With New Zealand being touted as one of the most prosperous countries in trying to curb the coronavirus, the country of 5 million is not immune to the economic damage caused by the virus. The country is set to see a GDP contraction, the largest in history, with the Reserve Bank predicting a 14.3% fall in GDP growth. The Reserve Bank is looking to Sweden as a template for negative rates. The currency market's pricing in a 72% possibility of the RBNZ cutting rates below 0% in February next year. Thursday, September 17th. A Japan BOJ interest rate decision. With Yoshihide Suga being voted in by the party as the replacement of the current Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Japan is currently enduring a turbulent period as it continues to grapple with the coronavirus. Cases in Japan have recently been surging, as a reopening of the economy with no official lockdown has come back to bite the country. With declining GDP pre-coronavirus, the Bank of Japan is set to keep interest rates as is at 0.1%. It is interesting to note that all the central banks with negative interest rates have left rates during the pandemic. This week, with MMPA kicking into gear, alongside further political action and central bank decisions, this week will undoubtedly be an extremely busy week ahead in the markets. Trade safe NBSP. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.